Well, hello, it's Pensioner Jules here. Welcome to my latest video. And if I've been away, or if you've been away, welcome back. Yes, welcome back to Pensioner Jules. He's back in the land of the living, well, the half living. So if you've ever been to Shropshire, then you will know what the land of the half living looks like. Anyway, I'm in, yes, Regent's Park, because I'm on a Brompton Bimble. And I thought I'd take you with me in the form of my camera and perhaps take a little bit of video to entertain you in old London town. So come with me and let's enjoy the ride together. I expect you'll want to see what I'm riding today, and I'm riding, believe it or not, because I'm on a Brompton Bimble, I'm riding the Brompton, yes, with the navy waterproof bag on the front, which you may have seen a video about, and the Northie grey bag, of which I have two, and again you may have seen videos about that. In fact, you've probably seen videos about everything to do with the Brompton, unless you're totally fed up with them, as I am, and in fact a number of subscribers aren't have dropped away in their droves like pelicans off an ice floe, and penguins off an ice floe. Anyway, that's the Brompton P-line, sparkly grey, looking very nice, leaning against a bench in Regent's Park. So I went to Pret a Manger to get some stuff for my lunch, and one of the things I got was this little bottle of freshly squeezed orange juice, £2.50 for 250ml. Now the day before yesterday I went to Sainsbury's and I bought a litre bottle, yes, a litre bottle of freshly squeezed orange juice, and it was £3.50, so go figure. If that is not a rather significant profit margin, then I don't know, Pensioner Jules doesn't know what is. So, it's tasty, but all freshly squeezed orange juice tastes the same, doesn't it? Because it comes from oranges, for fuck's sake. What do you expect it to taste of? Now, if you're interested in knowing what else I bought in Pret, and even if you want to watch me eat it, it is a smoked salmon sandwich. Now, I am partial to a Pret smoked salmon sandwich. I will not deny that. So if you want to see me eat it, it's not a pleasant sight, is it? I mean, I'll turn off now if I were you. I'm going to turn off myself. Here's a question. If you're on a life support machine, right, can you turn it off yourself, or do you have to get somebody else to do it? I don't know how I come up with this stuff, but, you know, it bothers me. Leave a comment down below if you know the answer to that one. Or, even better, if you've done it, as James O'Brien would say, you can have a, I've forgotten his name. Anyway, you know, if you build it, they will come. That's it. Who was that actor? I don't know. Goodfellas. Ray Liotta. That's it, a Ray Liotta moment. So you join me on the famous Regent's Park inner loop, and you are required to ride in an anti-clockwise direction, and therefore I am of course riding in a clockwise direction, because Julian never does what he's supposed to do if he can possibly avoid it. And you see streaking past me hundreds of cyclists pushing their Pinarellos and their Colnagas and their Treks and their bicycles as fast as they can, because this is where the great and the good of London's cycling community gather to show off their chops. And as I am one of those great and the good of London cycling glitterati, twitterati even, I am here amongst them, and you can see them, hundreds of them, flashing past me, some on Bromptons, some on bicycles, some on Brompton bicycles, and it is a wonderful community of cyclists all gathered together to enjoy themselves. The loop of the Regent's Park in a ring, as you may know, 42 yards, the KOM 42 minutes, not very fast. I might get it myself, maybe not today, because there are too many cyclists sharing the road. Just so you know how many cyclists there are, I'm going to turn around in the middle of the road. A very dangerous manoeuvre when there are hundreds of cyclists flashing past me, but I'm doing it anyway. So this is a fascinating street which I've never seen before, and as you can see it has a collection of street food, booths, do you call them booths? Street food, and it really illustrates what a wonderful diverse, multicultural, international city London is, because all of life is here, all the cultures are here, mingling together, mixing together, for the most part in perfect harmony. Makes you believe in humanity. Okay, it's not perfect. Maybe at night time it gets a little bit scary, a little bit edgy. But here, during the day, people going about their business, students, workers, ordinary people, even pensioner Jules can be part of it.
Oh, can I stay?
This is the famous ceremony of the changing of the traffic wardens who control this particular parking lot in the centre of London. You do not want to get a ticket with these guys, because in the service of the King, they'll not only give you a ticket, they'll cut off your head. It's funny, isn't it? You kind of stand at the front to take some pictures, and what happens? But everybody comes and stands in front of you. So what you thought was the changing of the traffic rules turns out to be the changing of the crowd. And now we're riding down what is possibly the most famous street in the whole history of the world. This is known as the Mall, although it's also known as the Mall. And scholars
university professors, Radio 2 presenters have argued for years what is the correct pronunciation of this particular street. And those of us who are fascinated by this subject could not actually give a toss. But it is the forerunner of those places where you spend many hours, many happy hours, shopping malls, or, as it is known in Alaska, a shopping mall. Because at either side of this street, back in the Middle Ages in the 1950s, there were shops galore, Woolworths, C&A, Wilko, Harrods, the great names that no longer exist on our high street, because they went the way of all flesh. Where does the mall go? It goes into Buckingham Palace. Yes, that great palace built by Lord Buckingham in 1972 to house his collection of Lego models. And we see the crowds gathered. Why do they gather? What do they wait for? What do they hope to see? Who knows? Who cares? But we'll join them anyway. See if we can see whatever it is they hope to see. A glimpse of the King, perhaps. A glimpse of the Queen. A glimpse of the King defending order, which is what Shearer did, as Dorothy Parker once said. A couple of cyclists up ahead. Lots of people, mainly tourists, thinking it's summer in England, which of course it is in fact the middle of autumn.
Unfortunately, I'm in trouble deep. I thought I could ride up the mall and give you a commentary as I did, which I did. And then I got stopped by 47 mounted policemen, all mounting each other. It was not a pretty sight. And they told me, "You can't do that, sir. You're in the land of the King, the United States of Kingdom. So get off your bike, you tosser." Which I thought was uncalled for, frankly. But anyway, nostril cam. This is what the tourists come to see. They come to see the parade of the tourists. And they have been rewarded with a big parade of other tourists who've come to see other tourists, see what the tourists have seen. And what have they seen? They've seen tourists. And they enjoyed it. Let's ask a few. You, sir, what did you think of it? Pardon? Oh, he's German. We get nowhere there. Some more mounted policemen there. Well, here I am, back from my Brompton Bimble in old London town, and I hope you enjoyed that little video. I had a really great time. It's funny, isn't it? I mean, serendipity is one of my favourite words, you know, a happy accident. I came across the changing of the guards. I know it happens every day, but I didn't know that. And I came across, you know, those thousands of cyclists in the inner London Regent's Park area. I went to Pret a Manger. I went along Oxford Street. I went through Berkeley Square and went past Damien Hirst's exhibition. I mean, I just had a really fun time. So if you're, you know, if you're wary about cycling in London, and to be honest, I was actually, because I don't commute on the bike. I don't normally ride through town on the bike, but there are now so many cycle paths. There are far fewer cars on the road. I must say, actually, I think you're at far greater risk of being killed by a Deliveroo scooter or electric bike rider, because, or Uber Eats or any of those people, because the fact is they do give cyclists a bad name because they don't pay attention to any traffic signals or any elements of the highway code. I've got to say it, guys, you really ought to drive not only a bit more safely, but a bit more safely for other road users as well. So there you go. Rant is over. If you like my videos, you can give me a thumbs up. Remember that the thumbs down button no longer works on Julian's videos. You can like, you can subscribe, you can tell your friends, you can hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you know all about it. So I'm going to do some more Brompton rides in old London town because I really enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. See you next time.